This is the first break almost every pool player is ever taught. But I realized something. I've never actually seen anyone test whether it deserves that reputation. So the question isn't whether this break can work. The question is whether it actually holds up if you test the same way every time. Before I started breaking, I wanted to go ahead and eliminate every excuse that this break could hide behind. So I placed every ball in the same exact spot every single time. And to make sure the rack was consistent and tight every time, I also used a magic rack underneath. And for the cue ball, I have it starting in the same spot every single time using this place marker, which is going to be in the dead center of the head string. The only thing I allowed to change between all 100 breaks was cue ball speed and the spin that was generated, just by me personally hitting it. Everything else stayed locked. That means if the patterns started to show up, they actually matter. And if things stay unpredictable, that also matters. With that in place, I hit the standard head-on break 100 times.
One blocking flying.
15. Oh, 5. Oh, look at that ball spin. After 25 breaks, I've made 24 balls. Multiple times, I made 2 on the same break, if not 3. This is starting to be very promising. Oh, bam! Interesting. Oh, the first scratch. After the first 50 racks, you could tell that this rack is going as well as it possibly could, aside from that last scratch. And that's actually where it starts to go downhill. Almost. Oh, that 12. Oh, second scratch. Wow. I don't know if I necessarily dialed that one back. There we go. Bam!
Oh, 9. I got 9. I felt good about that one.
Oh, scratched.
Scratch is there.
Oh.
Oh, that 9 was good.
After missing a ball the last 13 out of 25 times, I did start to lose hope. Oh! Oh, that was a cue ball.
No way. Oh, I didn't ball. Wow, there we go.
The last 25 breaks definitely started to prove itself over and over again after making the 9 and 10 ball more often than not.
Ah. Interesting. I hit that one way off. Oops.
Interesting. Dang it. Nothing. But still a good spread. All right, so after a total number of 100 breaks using the same style, I did scratch 6 times. I feel like that is something to note, that there was 3, I believe, that were completely unlucky. It was break number 50 was my first scratch. If I cut the video at 50 breaks, if I stopped this whole test, then that would have been 2% of the time. So it definitely increased the more I did it. The total number of breaks where a ball was made was 60. So 60% of the time, I would have been able to keep shooting. I did really enjoy the spread that this one gave out pretty consistently, having only 1 or 2 balls or 1 or 2 groups of balls next to each other. Total number of balls made on the breaks, this was actually really cool. There was 80 balls made. So there was a good chance that you might make 2 actually on the break. If you are playing APA or a league that allows you to make the 8 on the break, or you're just playing with friends and playing bar rules, and the 8 on the break leads to a win, I would never recommend this break. That didn't happen one time, and I don't even think it was close to a pocket the entire time as well. The most popular balls that were made, this 9 ball, I made 27 times. The 10 ball itself also made its way to the side pocket 19 times. The 7 ball was actually going to be the third most popular with 9 times. Number 1, number 2, and then number 5 and 14. Those were each made 5 times. So with all of my findings throughout this experiment, I would recommend this one. I do think it held up to its test. I do think it is a great starter break, especially if you want to go ahead and start learning how to run some balls after you make the first one. So for me, it was definitely hard to control the cue ball, just because of the small little things that could happen on its way. Thank you guys so much for watching and engaging with all of my videos. I do really appreciate it. If you guys don't mind hitting that like button, making sure to subscribe for the next future test. And if you're interested in getting your own magic rack that I used this entire video, there will be an Amazon affiliate link down below in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next one. This has been Trent on the break.